After that dank day at Donington Park, the Formula One circus moved into the heartland of Italian motor racing, the San Marino Grand Prix at Imola, where the Carabinati stalked the pit lane. Ayrton Senna took a back seat for once, arriving on a motorcycle pillion after an overnight flight from Brazil. He had been hoping, in vain, that the team would have the latest air valve specification Ford V8 engine, as used by Benetton. As things transpired, it wasn't engines he had to worry about. First, Ayrton spun into the wall at the right-hander before the pits. The car was repaired, and he later duplicated the move against the barrier at the Acqua Minerale corner. A glitch in the McLaren's active suspension system was to blame. Prost also had his problems, being savaged by Alesi's Ferrari, a collision which drove the Ferrari president into a state of animated despair. Michael Schumacher locked up his Benetton's wheels, ruining a precious set of carefully stenciled qualifying tyres. While Michael Andretti could at least claim that Senna had set the running when he too spun his McLaren into the pit wall in first qualifying. Prost took pole and confidently discussed things with his race engineer David Brown. Damon Hill lent an ear to Frank Williams' advice as Prost accelerated out to set the pace. And over at Lotus, Johnny Herbert and Alessandro Zanardi got down to work in tandem. So the power of the Williams Renaults putting Prost and Hill nearly 2 seconds clear of Schumacher in third. The passionately enthusiastic crowd offered its customary support to the Ferrari drivers before the start, and Jean Alesi settled into the cockpit hoping that he might live up to those emotional expectations. The track was damp at the start, but Hill got away cleanly into an immediate lead. Prost held second as the pack streamed through the long Tamburello left-hander before Senna got by and, in the background, Marc Blundell pirouetted his Ligier into retirement against the retaining wall. Senna tried to take the lead from Hill going into the Tosa hairpin on the opening lap, but Damon kept the door closed and Senna slid wide as a result. At the tail of the field, Patrese spun his Benetton into retirement as the tail-enders negotiated the exit of the Tosa hairpin, while Hill was lucky to hang on to his lead after straight-lining the Acqua Minerale chicane midway round the opening lap. Prost settled down to chase Senna for second place, but Ayrton wasn't about to be pressured into giving way and kept his McLaren in all the wrong places at all the right times. Senna then switched onto slicks as the track dried out, but got badly boxed in behind Hill coming out of the Tosa corner. Prost instantly saw his chance and leapfrogged past them both to take the lead. Senna immediately overtook Hill for second, signalling his displeasure with a wave of derision. Hill's race came to a premature end when he got offline on the wet track surface under braking for the Tosa hairpin and slid into the sand trap. Andretti was by now embroiled in a close fight with Karl Wendlinger's Sauber. He got too close to the Austrian under braking for the Variante Alta and spun wildly onto the wet grass. Remember Donington, Michael? That was Andretti out again. Senna then retired from second place with hydraulic problems, so the McLaren team could start packing up for the journey home. Alesi and Berger were also out by now, so the Ferrari fans, brutally disappointed, headed for the gate. In the closing stages, Alessandro Zanardi put on this vivid display of pyrotechnics after cracking his Lotus's gearbox casing, which prompted a fire caused by leaking oil. No such problems handicapped Prost, who continued to win his second victory of the season, evening up the score with Senna, despite grappling with a partially sticking throttle in the closing stages of the race. And it was a great result for Ligier driver Martin Brundle, who took his first points of the season with a strong drive to third place. And after 4 races, this is how the championship looks, with Senna unexpectedly in the lead.